Hello everyone, me Phone here, and I'm Son of Beast. As you all know, that the season of the NBA is officially done for the year. Now it's time to step into the postseason and get started for the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Who will be heading to the championship game of the conference, and in the NBA Finals? Find out once this game starts here in the first round. Let's get started on 2K Sports. Hello everyone, OJ here, and welcome back to another game of the NBA playoffs. If you're tuning into the second game, tonight is the night, as we have the Milwaukee Bucks facing against the Toronto Raptors for the second game. As you may have heard, Raptors already beaten the Milwaukee Bucks in the last game with a great score, a 60-59 win. Would have been a tremendous night here for the Siakam range to try to win it and take over the lead over for the Bucks at 58. But now, will the Bucks try to stop the Raptors to try to take over from the win? Or will the Raptors keep on scoring and take on again at Toronto to play for their home against the Bucks? We'll find out what the next one could be. And now the next commentary is on Son of Beast, along with the other two of Paintbrush and Liferay. Let's get started, folks. I'll be back with the halftime show along with the postgame show. Let's get going. Guys, all yours. And now, with this starting lineup, Giannis Antetokounmpo and her teams are ready to get on the board. We'll be right with you after this. Greetings, folks, at Fiserv.forum. This is Son of Beast, along with my commentating crew partner of Paintbrush and Liferay. This is the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Right now, Ali LaForce is on the sideline.
The Bucks' Chris Middleton has a fan and head coach Mike Budenholzer once said, quote, "He's the ultimate professional, so consistent, and he does it in a lot of different ways. At the same time, he is a great leader. The scoring and the threes everybody sees, but I like how he's taken on leadership." Brian?
Oh, this is only the one way to play this game. Thank you. And for players that are ready to gain up the momentum, this will be the second game that they have ever faced here in Fiserv.forum. I should say that this one should be another game that we're all going to see what's going to happen for the next one. Yeah, me too. I've always really wanted to see what's going to happen with the Bucks. If they're going to try to take the win or go with a loss again. It could be a hard one, and hopefully they're going to keep it on going. With VanVleet on the start, we have the courtesy filled up for Gatorade, all filled up and we're ready to go. Barnes is covered up by Middleton. Then it's VanVleet on Drew Holiday. Brook Lopez on Jacob Portal. Then it's Middleton. And it's Allen on OG Anunoby. And Giannis Antetokounmpo on Siakam. That's a starting that's a starting key matchups for the point forwards positions. Now from Giannis Antetokounmpo, I mean, he was really keeping it going from here. But not for long. He was able to make that one part of his game. He did tell his head coach that whenever I can try to do, I will try to keep my face on with the attack. It's not really easy. Because when you understand what the players are going to go for, this will be a tough one to be on the lookout advancement. Right now the first foul was called on Brook Lopez, now being his first personal, their first team foul for Milwaukee. Pascal Siakam at the free throw line. He was making a lot of free throw makes in the part of the game. Especially, you have to call this one for Siakam. The better man of this one, he has definitely played it here before. That was part of in 2016 of a section here where he has started for this part of the game. It's not really complicated at all. First free throw sent in for Pascal Siakam. And you know that Pascal Siakam, he was able to have his own team. They made it to their way to the play-in tournaments that they have already made their win. And they're now ready to debut here to do this one again. Well, hopefully on this occasion, I don't know what this is going to be, because this will be a tough one. Releasing from the throw is Antetokounmpo. He swings off to Middleton. Middleton swings to Lopez. Lopez finds Holiday. With around the backhand, layup drive. Ooh, did not make it in time. That was close. That should have been in there for just one moment. Van Vliet hits a two-pointer. That gets him to go with the wannabe angle. Holiday swings over again to Allen. Will drive it and make that count. That will be his first bucket for Grayson Allen, assisted here by Drew Holiday. Now for Drew Holiday, he was able to not make that one on his appearance here after the last season. It was turning out big, and really have to tell you this one, they're a very tough team. No, not even to configure it of what they've done. Drew Holiday with the block. Try to rebound it through. Now Brook Lopez has the ball. He has his first rebound of the game. Middleton slides in front and makes a 2-point step back. Middleton with the first bucket, they now have the lead up by 1. It's clear to say that whenever Chris Middleton makes a drive, this one's very comical, but that was all it did turn out. And rejected by Allen. That goes over and it turns over to Milwaukee ball. What a great play for Allen one more time here. From under the paint, Allen was going to say, will I get it? And he did. Well, he just made that one because Mike Budenholzer would have told Grayson Allen, try to deflect it, make a hard contact. Not going to be hard under pressure. You got this. Well, that's really well done for Grayson Allen for sure. He's really on a better play. Indeed. Holiday swings back over to Middleton. Looking your ball back over to Allen. To Antetokounmpo. Layup scoops in as Allen picks up his first assist. On the other hand, it's Van Vliet. Finds Anunoby. Barnes going out for the triple. 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Antetokounmpo. Right towards back to Allen. Screening over to Middleton. He will dish off to Brook Lopez on Portal. Pass it. Almost went loose. 6 on the shot clock. With the layup. Oh, just want to keep it tossing it. And Antetokounmpo has a second bucket. Whenever you just toss it, I mean, what can you do? Can you toss it? I bet you can. Oh, Anunoby finds Siakam. Hard contact on defense, but it's Brook Lopez with the rebound. Really not sure what even coming down to the end of it. Might be very that tough to make it difficulty. He swings off to Antetokounmpo. He fires back over to Allen. Allen swings across now to Holiday. Step around the player, and it goes out the rim, and a foul is called on Jacob Porter. That'll be his first personal, and their first team foul comes up for Toronto. Drew Holiday was setting in there with the stick, and he was going to get this bucket score right toward from the elbow. And from the free throw line, I mean, very tough to try to keep the shots from the deck. Because however, if you're going to try to go for the right move, you might want to just try to keep it separated in between. Very hard, very painful to make the list. Holiday hits the first free throw. This moment was turning to be a unbelievable night as the team have already won the finals back in 2021. The more better they have, the better successful that they have definitely made a win over Phoenix Suns. Yeah, the pressure can definitely tell you that Drew Holiday and the team, the finals MVP, was Giannis Antetokounmpo. They've really got a good feeling of him because he's the Greek freak, the captain. I mean, what can go wrong? They're really a great player. Van Vliet will use her timeout for the first one in the 2:25 to go in the first period. A hustling start for Milwaukee Bucks. They have a 7-point lead over the Raptors. Yeah, better score. They've really done a lot of the best things in the world. Yeah, and Isaac today telling you that when Mike Budenholzer were able to talk for his coaching for the team, they've got a lot of his status. They're really going to try to show him off to the point. And with that one, they're going to really try to fix it from the deck and go right from through. And as we talk about Nick Nurse, the head coach here for Toronto Raptors, His moves and improvement can show them how it's done. With their better players last game, they definitely had made a win to take over from the winning of this game from 60 to 59. What was the key here of how the Raptors, Nick Nurse, made a better play? Well, it seems like it's not very optional. In that gaming, it's just very tough. More than I would expect it looks like Nick Nurse might have a better call to try to go for the win. Yeah, they're experiencing now. Might need to keep our eyes focused. The attention is much more when it goes. New substitution coming in for the Raptors and for the Bucks. Right now, Thaddeus Young is on the court. And the other player on the other side of it we have is Achua. Portis Jr. on him. Now Trent Jr. Over Connaughton. First shot can't hit the flow. Good putback for Achua. He has his first bucket here to make a rebound. And as for the last game for Achua, he was out already, been on rustling down the floor very hard. Sent his medical attention here that was turned out to be very badly, and seriously enough, he was already been out. Yeah, the part of the game was not really successful because of him. He was not able to try to pick it up in time. That could be a very tough one to try to reach out from his player. First foul calls on Scotty Barnes. That'll be his first personal, second team foul. And you say that because of his moment of the Choa, he was unable to try to continue the game. There's nothing but his encouragement. He was out there just trying to maintain its way. Pressure on. May not be able to know what's going to happen next because this is definitely the tough the situation that will ever happen. First free throw sent in for Connaughton. You can tell that one. Pat Connaughton really has it all of it down. I mean, the players really got it in bounding with the second part of the shots. They're really particular. They're really well trying to make their way down. Connaughton only makes one free throw. Here's Barnes, who will bring it the other way. He's covered up by Bobby Portis Jr. Trying to make a bounce pass to Achua. Connaughton, over and up, and he makes that shot in. That's a two-pointer for Achua. He's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Ingles. He'll bring it over again to Crowder. Crowder swings over to Ingles. Ingles switch to Carter. Carter swings back again to Connaughton. Over to Barnes. Two-pointer off the mark. They're really off to a struggle with the secondary lineup crews. They're not really trying to make that one particular. All they can say is they're very hard to try to maintain and score. That pressure is not going to help you down if you're going to try to clear it. Crowder. Finds over is Carter. Back to Ingles. New screen coming in for Jay Crowder. Try to watch from here. Crowder. Shot good. And it's Ingles with the assist. He's got his first bucket for Crowder. And they have it up by 13-7. All because of Crowder knows his rule. Give that more routine. Achua back to Trent Jr. Back to Young. Swings over to Achua. Raptors moving the ball around. With the screen. 2 for Trent. That's off the mark, and it's Portis Jr. with the rebound. Flies over to Connaughton. Connaughton to Crowder. Scoops the drive, and that one is a second bucket for Crowder. Crowder's really doing as well, and without Suns, I think he will make his another debuting team to help him out. Van Vliet off with the floater. Connaughton trying to go deep. And that hit the backboard. That'll end the first quarter. Milwaukee Bucks on a good starting tonight for a 15-7 lead. We'll get the second quarter coming up right after the break. Looking very good out there. Gonna keep it going. If you're just tuning in for the second period, we got a start of the second quarter, a 15-7 lead. It looks like they're really turning up to be one of the heavy hits in this game. As for Giannis Antetokounmpo and their team are looking very comfortable out there on the court. They're really having trouble making. They're going to see what they can do. Hopefully by the end of this one, they might try to find out who's going to take it from here. Here's Brook Lopez. He'll send it over to the other side, just into Antetokounmpo. The Toronto starting of the goals we have is Trent Jr. in the wing, Bennett Achua, Siakam in the center, Jacob Porto right toward the elbow, Van Vliet in the wing, and then we have another angle is OG Anunoby. Giannis Antetokounmpo receives his first personal. That'll be their first team foul for Milwaukee as they have that one with the loose ball. Loose ball, be careful. You're not going to get this one safe. You're going to get it right. Oh, Siakam slams one hand dunk down. The timing, the one, they have to do it carefully. You're not going to be able to succeed that way if you're going to make that one right on the line. Allen Dragic for three. Off the line target as Porto takes his rebound. Trent Jr. on the fast break over Middleton. That shot goes off the target. We're about 5 minutes to play in this first half of the period. Right now it's a 15-9 run. Dragic slings off to Middleton. Now switch to change to Drew Holiday. Over Van Vliet, scores a drive in the paint. That's a second bucket for Drew Holiday. You could say that when Drew Holiday has it all down, that border in this one can try to keep the deck out of it. It's not really impossible, but they're really doing it. And actually, you could definitely say that this was a very hard one to maintain. All with buckets and scores, they're not really important. And that was an excellent mobile one drive for Drew Holiday. Here's Anunoby, finds Van Vliet on Dragic. Gets it off to Porto. With the pass, Siakam. Oh, it's Brook with this block. Van Porto gets his own rebound. That'll be the first block for Brook Lopez for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're really starting to focus out there. Lopez was really like showing it for the muscle there. Trying to keep that one out. He finds Brook with a drive, scoops it in. That's a first bucket in for Brook Lopez. Now the Raptors will call timeout with 4:07 to go and 19-11 lead. All because of that, they're going to need to talk it over. The NBA playoffs on 2K Sports is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. A moment that expires. Adidas. And by American Express. Don't live life without it. Bucks and Raptors are making new changes here on the court to make a switch setup here on the floor. Right now, here's Porto. Hasn't scored yet with a couple of games in the first period, but only has regained here with the rebounds. Second period, he has. Van Vliet toward the baseline is good, and he has his another 2-point bucket score. That's his second of the night. Easy to call that one here. Fred Van Vliet may have another way to give this one an advantage. Dragic back over to Antetokounmpo. Over Siakam. Oh, bumped him out of here. Really just seeing it what Antetokounmpo has. No charging call? I don't even see the play out there. I thought the referee was going to make that whistle. He says there is no charge. If Big Nurse would have challenged that play, they should have called that one a charging offensive foul. OG Anunoby missed a three-pointer. And because of this one, if he bumps out, then he's going to get a call of charge. That will be their offensive foul to start with the game. The last game was a win. Here, the 105 of the points, that was for the Bucks, that they have scored many of the points in defense against the Raptors. I mean, they're really not tough to be honored, but clearly, you may not be enough to find the right way to go right from it in the setup scene. It's very difficult, but keep your eyes out, they're going to need that. In the paint, Antetokounmpo sends a floater right toward in the middle. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points, and right now it's only 23-13 lead. Raptors trail by 10. Slings off to VanVleet. Step back over Brook. Lopez drive, and good stop here. Middleton finds Antetokounmpo. Slings back to Holiday. Holiday's trying to swing it off to Lopez. Lopez back over to Holiday. Here he goes with 5-shot clock. Middleton. Over Trent Jr. That target is off the line. You say that Trent Jr. was able to make it clear, and it was hard enough to try to regain a group. May not be enough if you're going to stop from. Trent Jr. uses the right hand to put in a drive, and now it has another bucket score. You say this one for Trent Jr. really has to keep that one going in. Middleton finds Dragic. He slides over to Holiday. Bounce pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Holiday with a drive. Oh man, everybody's going crazy in the paint. Holiday makes a second bucket to the third bucket. That's number 6. Timeout call by Toronto Raptors with 1:25 to go in the first half. Periods are just coming down there quickly. I mean, it might be a fast-paced game. I don't know. You may not ever find it if you're gonna see it go by. Coming up will be the halftime show, as right now OJ will be standing by for the first half of the game. A lot of plays inbounding. It could be a tough ones in between the Bucks and Raptors, and they have a choice to go in for the tying series of the run. You're looking for a tie run of a game to saddle up with Siakam's score. That's the part of the game that you want to get in order to pass that one for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Whenever Mike Budenholzer has his team, he really has to keep them in the focus. That's a hard one to try to keep it going here. But in this case, it's not really that easy to maintain their score. Yeah, in that moment, they may be a hard one to try to keep that one factor out of it inbounding. I might be saying they could go for it. Who could know? New substitution coming in for the Bucks and the Raptors. Right now, Brook Lopez is switching over. 3 players checked out, 3 players checked in. VanVleet scores in, and that's 6 points to the game. Antetokounmpo moves over to small forward as Bobby Portis Jr. moves into the point forward position. Portis Jr. It's stolen away by VanVleet. Trying to watch from behind. Spin move, up towards a shot, and he's fouled. That'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo's second personal. And another team foul releases for Milwaukee. Fred VanVleet going to the line, shooting 2. They're not enough to make that focus out there. Try to switch on hands. I mean, you notice with that shot coming in there very fast. VanVleet would have that another score. That's for him. He has his own ability. He has the right to do it. He's got to get this one right in the target line for sure. First free throw sent in for Fred VanVleet. When you say that when the head coach is making a decision out there, you might have the ability to give that one. If you're the Raptors player, if you would have the right option, you've got to show with their respective knowledge. That's what they need to do. You've got to stand up for yourself. VanVleet hits a second. We're under a minute to play in the first half of the period. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. He finds back to Antetokounmpo. Looks to Bobby Portis. That's blocked away by Ochoa. Anunoby. VanVleet for 3. Good. 3-pointer outside. Ochoa with the assist. They're down by 3. They're keeping an eye on that one because Fred VanVleet has a better advantage than Siakam. Driving in, Holiday up to the contact shot. And Holiday makes that with a 2-bucket score. That's 8 for Drew. Van Vliet slings to Anunoby. Trying to watch in the back, Achua. Back to Van Vliet. Trying to make a run. Koloko back to Barnes. Barnes around Siak, around Kupo. That's off the bucket. Holiday with the ball. On Kupo outside. Lopez trying to go for the 3. That's hard. Rebound. And will not count here. That's the end of the first half. Milwaukee with 27 and Toronto Raptors with 22. They lead by 5. And a chance now to send you to Allie. Allie?
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. Stay tuned for the halftime show. It's up. See you later. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Greetings, folks. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. I know OJ will check out what the first half is all about. Raptors and the Bucks. Going to see what it is all with the game and the game. Great start here for the Bucks. They have a lot of it to try to keep the momentum in the live. And the Bucks' chance now to find its way to tie the series. Let's start up with the Bucks. They're really having a show off to make that one the first period. Really turning it a little slow at the angle, but it may be to table that they may have it all. And for Toronto Raptors, they're getting a lot of aggressive on the attack. Every time and often, they're just trying to shoot them around the corners. They're going to see if they can try to pick up the ball and go with blocks or steal. That might be one way to give this thing a number. And that's going to do it for the halftime show. Now time to send you back to Fiserv.forum. Fourth quarter coming up. Welcome back to Fiserv.forum, where the Bucks are in to feed the deer. With the tough shots in the game, Fred VanVleet has been a tremendous player in the point guard position. They're always counting for him because Fred VanVleet has a lot of percentage to take right from his own eyes. And for him, he was trying to give that one a good look of an open look. The offense run was a tough one, a decision. But to make that one out, there will be a hard one to try to regain the group. Yeah, I gotta say this one because of Fred VanVleet, they're really onto a trouble run. But he's okay with that one for sure. Antetokounmpo dished back to Brook Lopez. It's stolen by Anunoby. Barnes fakes to VanVleet. Try to go around the player in a motion over Brook. Allen. That's holded by Allen. Now Holiday is on the other side. Oh, it's tipped away. VanVleet had a steal and he had it right away. It's not a very close call. I mean, that's really the tough one to try to stay out of it. Oh, Anunoby is fouled as the foul has been rejected with the call, and that will be another one. That's going to be on Allen, his first personal. Free throws coming up for OG Anunoby. 5:24 left to go in the third period. They're still having some hard time right now. OG Anunoby has to get that one succeed. First free throw sent in for OG Anunoby. His last appearance was definitely playing with the same team, as we're always they notice for before they have a better man to try to take up with the scores. OG Anunoby was really keeping his look of a strong eye, and he wasn't able to make that one with the British part of the game. He hasn't played with the team since his college debut with Indiana Hoosiers. They were definitely doing as much way as he can do. Much better to have that succeed and playing it for the Olympics. He was going to try playing it, but his choice was not an option. I don't know what to say because at this moment he wasn't able to play it well to go with that run in Beijing. But for Rio, I got no other questions to say about this, but it is tough. Not able to go from here. Middleton lost a shot. OG Anunoby on a fire and make the drive in. They're down by 1. Oh, sweet move. OG Anunoby, make that one drive count. An excellent mobile one drive for OG Anunoby for the Toronto Raptors. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo swings down to Holiday. Finds back Allen. He moves the ball back over to Middleton. Bounced it, almost kicked away. Antetokounmpo stopped here by Siakam. Siakam making his own rebound to try to pick the deck up. Most of the cases are really that hard. I don't see what's the choice. Siakam, Portal, oh, slammed down. That goes with the one-hand dunk, and Siakam with the assist. All you have to know for that Jacob Portal was able to slam it down. Yeah, I must say this. It's going to be very tough one. Antetokounmpo finds Allen. Middleton on the outside. Free for Allen. Tipped away. That's Barnes with the rebound. Now here's Siakam on Antetokounmpo. Trying to go into 2-pointers off the mark. Brook Lopez receiving his third rebound here for the third period of the game. Now Siakam really trying to find his way to go for that team advantage run and try to go ahead. I mean, not a choice. Curly Armstrong was very not keeping it right from assistant instead. Really going to need to try to focus up for the most of the intentional worker. They're really showing it off what they have. Fouls called on Jacob Portal. Milwaukee Bucks are making another free throw shots, as right now Holiday is at the free throw line, shooting 2. First free throw sends in for Holiday. Now for the new changeup coming in for the Toronto Raptors as Boucher and Trent Jr. are checked in for Van Vliet and Jacob Portal. Siakam moves over to center. The Bucks are also making new changes here as Antetokounmpo is checked out. Crowder, Portis Jr., Wesley Matthews, and Connaughton are checked in. And the second free throw delivers in for Drew Holiday. Toronto trailing. Anunoby back to Barnes. Swings back to Anunoby. Setting a different look is Trent Jr. Three-pointer went rolling in and out. Oh, that top one was going to be stoppable. Here's Portis Jr. on Siakam. Back Connaughton on the outside. Swings off to Holiday. Wesley Matthews for the 3. Triple pointer, no good for the corner. That Trent Jr. was already on him. I mean, this was very brutal. Try to fix it up here as they can. Jr. finds Barnes to Boucher. Try to give it off to Anunoby. 4 on the shot clock. Over Matthews. That shot target went off wide. Portis Jr. has a 6th rebound, hasn't scored yet for one of the periods. Now he finds Matthews. Will give it off to Portis Jr. And he has the point down. That's his first bucket for Bobby Portis Jr. They're going to extending it for another pointer. Just 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter of the period. Matthews on Trent Jr. Try to fling it past to Anunoby. Just 5 on the clock. Anunoby sipped away. Boucher. That scores off the line. They're giving it tricky ones for Boucher because he has no idea where it was coming from. But he was already been picking up too loose. They're just finding it too quick. Connaughton with the 2. Layup drive scores for Pat Connaughton. He's got his first bucket to make one in. All because now Pat Connaughton was quiet, ready to take on advantage. Barnes back to Trent Jr. Up with the pass, Siakam. That rolls in and out. Another Portis Jr. rebound. That's his 8th in the game. Holiday swings over across to Portis Jr. He gives it off back to Connaughton. Goes back to Matthews. Goes right over to Holiday. Free to shoot. Over Anunoby. Fadeaway misses. That's very tough angle because that was not meant for lid focus to get there. And Siakam finishes the drive with the right hand. They're now down by 3. Here's Bobby Portis Jr. Portis back to Holiday with 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Connaughton rolls back to Holiday, back over to Portis Jr. 6 on a shot clock. Holiday with the 2, off the angle again. Boucher with the rebound, now back to Trent Jr. With the shot, it's fouled. Wesley Matthews receives his first personal. Their second team foul has occurred for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're really too hard to maintain that one. That pressure can be just too hard to try to keep it from the deck. Trent Jr. at the free throw line, and right now the Toronto Raptors are adding another free throw percentage of the game. First free throw sent in for Trent Jr. They really are tough. I mean, not to really go with the bat out there, but they're really showing it off. They just have to keep on focusing. Right now, Chua, Koloko, and Van Vliet are checked in. 4 players for the Bucks are checked out, as Ingles, Carter, then Holiday, and Dragic. Sorry, Dragic. And second free throw will set in for Dragic with the puck. Carter trying to go with the buzz beater and makes the shot for Middleton. Reverse the scoop drive and they have it up by 3. That's in the 3rd quarter, and this one turns to be a 35-32 score. The Bucks are trying to make a look and answer to finish the second game. They're not going to just try to like accept the run, they're just going to keep on going. 4th quarter is next when we come back after the break. And now we've revealed the State Farm assist of the game. Now I have to call for this one. The better of this one player was going to take it in bounding. And you know that Carter was giving it to Middleton in the 3rd quarter. That was all that did happen. Last part of the game was very, very unbreakable. Glad you're joining us here for the 2K Sports on the NBA playoffs. We are now set for the 4th quarter to finish the game off. Barnes up on the outside, back over to Van Vliet. Back step for 2. Oh, made that one in. They're just going back down by 1. They're really stepping it up forward. Van Vliet was getting in with a good set, quick motion. We really need to give this one a harder shot on contest. He's going to have to give that one a better call. Now swings to Javon Carter. Over Van Vliet. Shot for the drive is good for Carter. He's got his first bucket. When you say that Carter make the drive, you got to make that one a good shot. The contact was very good and made. That was an excellent mobile 1 drive for Javon Carter. Achua. Trent Jr. on Middleton. Trying to pick up a rebound. And nice steam by Allen. Allen receiving another rebound here as he has number 2. Gary Trent Jr. only had 4 points, never really caught up showing to make this one maintain to go back towards with another 2 bucket score. Every morning he was going to definitely do that, but it's not really hard to make the advancement. They're just really on a hard stretch. 3-pointer off the mark. Achua back over to Barnes. Trent Jr. Try to sink it two. The step into is no good. They were giving up a hard shots out there. They were just not really focusing on attention. Now Carter back over again to Middleton. 4:20 left to go in the fourth quarter of the game. And Carter sends up a layup foul on Fred VanVleet. That's another first personal. And a first team foul relieves on Toronto. Fred VanVleet wasn't even showing comfortable out there. They're just going to be going too much again. They're very off the mark, and they're going to need to keep on going. They got to get this one fixed. Carter missed the first free throw. Now for the new change-ups. That's for the Bucks and the Raptors. Two players of Koloko and Achua are checked out as Siakam and Portal are checked in. Bucks are also making new changes here as Middleton is checked out. Moving it over again back to shooting small forward and Antetokounmpo check in. And he hits a second free throw. Here's VanVleet. Trying to make a spin move. Swings back over to Siakam. Watching player closely, Trent Jr. outside. With a drive. Stepping in with a rebound. And he just couldn't hold on. Yeah, they're battling it out there like they never mean it. Lopez lost the ball. Barnes on a fast break. Gonna have to take it or tie it. VanVleet. Back to Barnes, over again to Portal. Portal's blast is almost broken up. Portal shot no good. He swings off to Allen. Now in 3:30 left to go in the fourth quarter, it's now a 38-34 lead. Now he dishes off back to Carter. Just 5 on the clock. Last touch here by Portal as the Bucks still recovers the ball. 4.6 on the shot clock and 3:18 on the game clock. Gary Jr. checked out as OG Anunoby's checked in. And a good look of a block here for Lopez. They really are starting to get this one across. How can you say that Allen was able to make the block? Very well done. Middleton, fighting Allen. The line for the two, and that's off the mark. Portal back over to Barnes, now with 3:08 left to remain. Looking towards Barnes, here's another drive, step back two. That's off it again, and it's Holiday with the rebound. He's got his first rebound here for the night, and now he sends it over to Lopez. Lopez driving in front of it is no good. They're off to a bad one. With the ending part of a run, it's not very impressive. And Siakam rejects it with another foul call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his third personal. And now Siakam's at the free throw line, shooting two for the Raptors. They're all just doing it again. They really can't help it. They have to start going back towards the offense and gotta get it right. They always done. One of the better players needs to start hydrating quickly. Free throws off the mark for Siakam. Now the new changeup is coming in as Brook Lopez is checked out. Bobby Portis Jr. checked in. The second free throw rolled out. Oh no, I don't know what happened here. I thought Siakam would have that. Middleton swings it across to Portis Jr. Reached it, back to Holiday. Around the drive, and that rebound was put up hard and impact. Barnes with the drive, another scoop, and still can't hold on. Finding the man average of the offense is very terrifying. I mean, not a choice for them. They should never let that happen. All with that one because this was very too close to call. Here's Holiday back on the outside of the wing. And right now, 2 minutes left to play. Morris Jr., second bucket, good! Now we're just keeping it going. They're up by 6. Timeout on Toronto. All they did, they just want to clear this deal. Possible enough to make that one minute. Oh yes, you can definitely feel the crowd. The quads of the team just really keeps it on with their moment. The play inbound. With only 2 games left in game 2, we have another one to take over with the scores. Right now, the Kings are playing against the Golden State Warriors, as they really are trying to maintain its way and try to go back towards the offense of the run. They need to find someone else to try to make the group and go back with the run and play. The inbound is very tricky, but may have to go find another one with the player that has already made that good shots and ready to take it. And then back toward the other hand will be Denver Nuggets and Timberwolves back at Ball Arena. That'll be the next games coming up tonight here on the channel of mine. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. We'll have tons more coming underway here for the NBA postseason and the Stanley Cup playoffs in the NHL. With the closing of this game, we go down to 3-star players New Balance player of the game. And this one goes to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was able to go with that one succeed. I like his enthusiastic reunion, making his own debut, and now that one shots right counter on the top. They're really on a good run for tonight. I gotta agree, this one is a tough one to be honored. Here's Van Vliet. Their team is trying to keep the run on deck. Arbiakum with the block by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got his first block of the game, and now they're just coming down the board strength. All they got nowhere else to leave. They were really on a tough one. 2 pointers off the mark. Portis Jr. slides back over to Holiday. Back to Portis Jr. Swings to Middleton. Now back to Allen. Allen swinging a crossover again to Holiday. He goes right back to Middleton. Driving the paint. Good tee. This one's another 2-point score for Middleton. He's got 6. Siakam on Antetokounmpo. Trying to roll around the front. And a 2-pointer stops it in. Timeout called by Toronto with 1:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Periods are very unconsciousness. They really have nowhere else to go. They have a lot of them to try to keep them out of the gap. New change-ups on the court. Here's Antetokounmpo. Swings to Allen. Moves the dish over to Portis Jr. A minute left to go in the 4th quarter. A lot of ball moving past the pass feed. Step back on Antetokounmpo. Rebound by Portis. Over Portal. And a nice solid D by Jacob Portal. Oh, they're just not really getting up again. They gotta step through it. Cooper with the block. He's just going bang. Bang out of here. Never mess up with the Greek freak. Van Vliet in the corner of the wing, covered by Holiday. Pass to Siakam. Over on Antetokounmpo. Rejected. Pulling them all, the jump balls in between Siakam and Portis Jr. Wow, yeah, I can see the reaction to it now. Said, let's go. Well, just really need to keep that one there. He's got to make the win. And a win. Antetokounmpo! Are you kidding me? That block was turning to be a stop ball play. Oh my goodness! Can Antetokounmpo do that again? I want to see him do 3 in a row. Me too. Allen for 3. 3-point catch to flow in. And the Island team are just going to tie the series up again. Well, the city court, not their favorite one. But not for long, they're just going back in for the game. And the clock winds down. Middleton will close out, and Holiday will have the ball, and that will do it. The Bucks tied the series 45-36, their final score. And this was a tremendous night to end the second game in Milwaukee. Absolutely. I like that when this happens. When they go for the win, they're definitely wanting to go for it twice. And a chance now to send you down to Allie LaForce for tonight's player of the game. Allie?
Giannis, an impressive performance. Talk about what this game showed you about your team.
This game was great. I think everybody came out ready. Everybody played great. We were moving the ball and knocking down shots, but most importantly, we were playing great defense. But at the end of the day, it's just a win. We got to build off this. We got to go back to the team, watch film, and get better.
It's just one piece of a greater goal. That's right. Thanks, Giannis.
All right, Ali, thank you very much. With me and Paintbrush along with Lifeframe, this has been a presentation of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining with us, and now we go to OJ to close the game with the 3 stars and a statistic of Game 2. See you next time. Son of Beast, thank you so much. The Bucks are coming back in towards with the game and the win in Game 2. What a night. And for this one, this is how the statistics comes in. Field goals percentage for 49% for the Bucks. Then a couple teams were having a little difficulty range for the 3-pointers. 20%, 14%. Both guys only have 1, so nobody had that lead. It's even up. 70% free throws for Toronto Raptors, and with the fast break points with 9. 32 points in the paint was only for the Bucks. Second chance for 4 is the Toronto Raptors. Bench points, 14 points. That just turned out to be Milwaukee Bucks with assistant of 19. Offense rebound was 10 for the Raptors. 29 for Milwaukee Bucks. And 6 steals. Toronto Raptors are turning it over away and again. That's for only 1 turnover for Toronto. And for the steal, for just 1. 6 turnovers are too many for them to try to pass it over and over again. 7 blocks. Great job for the Bucks to try to keep the block shot out of here. Shots and reject it. Now, with the other hand, team fouls were only given up here for 5. 2 dunks for the Raptors. Biggest lead for 10 and 13-37 with time of possession. So, what a win for the Fury and the Deer of the Milwaukee Bucks. Now to close the 3-star players of the game, let's have number 3. Number 3, on the other hand, right to this point, we get started. First up, we got another one to take over with the advantage score of this game, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and made 4 blocks. He's just going right for the heavy moments. Just really need to keep that one out there if you're going to try to keep going it for long. He was like already on hit. What a stop. Number 2, this one was always the better player on point guarding position. They're really showing its better effort. I can see that Drew Holiday had the best one to keep it going. He made a block. He only had 7 assists, a steal, and 2 rebounds, and 10 points in the game. Well, that's for being said here, that's your New Balance player of the game, but not for this time in number 1, because now this happens to be Fred VanVleet. 13 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and steal. The only 17 performance run was given off the off-topic of a target. So what will it do for the Eastern Conference of the matchups in Game 2? The last 2 conference of the team will be in the Western Conference. As right now, we will have the Denver Nuggets and the Timberwolves. They'll be coming up here later for tonight. As right now, standing by will be me, along with the other players of Silver Spoon, and, of course, Lightbulb. And on the other hand, will be the Kings and the Warriors here at Golden 1 Century. The Warriors have a 1-0 lead over the Kings. they're going to have to see if they can try to fix it and go back with an answer. It's tough now to make it clear to hit the deck. Well, as being said, thanks for joining with us, and stay tuned for the next part of the game. We got you coming up later tonight. Peace out, everyone. For a while, it's the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. This is OJ, and you can find him of Son of Beast on his social media. Links are in the description. See you next time. Have a good night here in Milwaukee, and of course, the Claw City of Jurassic Park, Toronto.
If you don't, somebody will.